Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or indeed good evening, depending on your time zone and depending on when you are watching this. I'm James Innes, and this is my YouTube show, The Jobs Guru. It is Thursday, the 10th of September, 2020. I'm delighted to see you all here for today's episode. I extend a very warm welcome to all those who have subscribed since the last episode. And if you haven't yet subscribed, then please do think about subscribing so you don't miss out on the next episode. In Thursday's show, I would normally be looking at the week's workplace news. However, today is special. September the 10th is World Suicide Prevention Day, and I want to talk about that instead. If you have any questions or comments as you watch, then do please type them into that comment section below. September 10th, World Suicide Prevention Day. Every minute, every day, the world loses someone to a suicide. Actually, to be precise, it's more like every 40 seconds. Over 1 million people a year. For the past, 2 or 3 months, every Wednesday on this show, I've been covering interview questions and how to answer them from my book, The Interview Question and Answer Book. Today, I just want to read a small section from the bottom half of the dedication page in there. Half of the author's royalties for this book will go to the Charlie Waller Memorial Trust, a charity which aims to raise awareness of the nature and dangers of depression. Suicide is one of the 3 leading causes of death for teenagers and young adults under 25, an age group which accounts for almost a quarter of all suicides. I encourage my readers to join me in supporting this important cause. Donations can be made online at www.justgiving.com/Charlie Waller. The Charlie Waller Trust was set up in 1997 in memory of Charlie Waller, a young man who took his own life while suffering from depression. And the Trust raises awareness of depression and other mental health problems and provides training to schools, universities, workplaces, GPs and indeed nurses. Charlie went to the same school as me, and he's not the only boy I know from that school whose life has ended prematurely as a result of suicide. I know, or indeed knew, others who have committed suicide too, and I know people at risk of suicide. Just last night I had a friend on the phone talking about it, and when I checked my email this morning, another friend had sent me a message talking about his own suicidal feelings. Levels of depression in the UK have doubled in the past year, and while suicides have fortunately not doubled, don't believe what some silly tweets say, they certainly have of course increased. It's not an easy time for many people. I personally suffer from depression. It's not something I would ever dare to claim to be an expert on, but it is something which has always been, and doubtless always will be, a significant part of my life. If you don't suffer from depression yourself, or know anyone who does, then I'm sure it can be pretty difficult to understand. I do recognise that. The chances are, though, that you almost definitely do know someone who suffers from depression. The catch is that not everyone talks about it. I've never hidden my depression. I've never had a problem with disclosing it or discussing it, but I've never really shouted it from the rooftops either, until this year actually, and I've embarked on a series of public talks on the topic in an attempt to help others, really. Because whilst depression is, in my humble opinion, nothing to be ashamed of, and whilst we have, I feel, come a very long way, certainly since I was first diagnosed about a quarter of a century ago now, there is still considerable stigma. And that stigma, it can only be eliminated by talking openly about it, by raising awareness, by increasing understanding. And for me at least, this is what World Suicide Prevention Day is about. So now, that's pretty much all for today. I'll be back next week, Tuesday. Remember, the show is Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday each, and pretty much every week. Just 2 more things, some routine requests. Do please check me out on social media, connect, follow, or otherwise stalk me, but please don't troll me. Trolls are not good for anyone's mental health. Any questions or comments about this episode, about the show in general, about life, the universe, whatever, do please let me have them in the comment section below. If you like this episode, please do hit it with the YouTube thumbs up. Perhaps think about subscribing and indeed ringing that bell so you don't miss out on the next episode. Finally, what is happening in the next episode? Well, I'm sorry, but this week your guess is as good as mine. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm going to be thinking about that tomorrow. But I do hope you'll tune in. Thank you for watching today. Keep safe and be well, my friends. See you next Tuesday. Goodbye.